Welcome back to Kitchen 143. I am your host, Michelle Aventajado, your resident Momma in Manila, and today we're out and about in Estancia, just a stone's throw from the Rappler HQ. Today we're diving into a dining experience that brings together passion, technique, and the warmth of a well-crafted meal. If you've been following us from the beginning, you would know that Prologue has grown well beyond their first location since we first spent time with them in the kitchen. This neighborhood restaurant has grown to 8 locations and of course is still serving up slow roasted small batch coffee, handmade pastas, and of course, homemade breads that we all enjoy. As always, if you're watching live, you're watching on the Rappler YouTube and Facebook pages. And of course, you can also watch on the Momma in Manila Facebook page. Give us a shout out. Tell us where you're watching from this evening. Maybe Prologue is one of your favorites, so share what you love having and dining in for as well. Joining me on cam today is my very first guest for Kitchen 143, owner Alyanna Uy.
Hi, Mish.
Hi.
Nice to see you again.
I know, it's so nice. We're back here. This is
After four years. Yeah.
4 years, and we've come full circle. It's so amazing. Today is episode 134. It would have been even more amazing if it was 143.
Maybe I'll see you again.
Yes, maybe we will. Who knows?
Yeah.
I mean, you've grown so much, Alyanna.
So I remember when was that? 2021.
Yes.
Peak pandemic. We were all in like face shields, face masks. We had one branch, and here we are now.
Here we are now, 8 doors later.
Yeah.
And the concept's still very much the same, place where you could bring your family, your friends, enjoy a meal, maybe get inspired, and even feel like you're kind of traveling by mouth.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah. So our concept's the same. So throughout the years, it's the same principles that we had from the very beginning. So
Congratulations. Let's say cheers. Cheers to 8. 8 is a good number.
thank you.
I'm gonna remove this so my nose will get in the way.
Yuzu gin.
Oh, that's
It's
so
nice,
good.
right?
Yum. Cheers again.
Cheers.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
8 to 8. I like it so much I cheers twice.
I think we're gonna finish this.
We can. That's okay, because we're supposed to eat and drink and be
Yes.
merry. Prologue is a concept very much like a neighborhood restaurant, but this was not something you originally were going to pursue. You know, you went to school, your degree is in math.
So actually, before the pandemic, so I was working in corporate. So I was in investment banking. I was doing like mergers and
As a banker.
acquisitions. Because my background, so I did like math, computer science.
Right.
I did a few masters, so I did like management, I did finance masters. So I've always like imagined going into the corporate world.
Yeah.
But we've always loved food. So my family,
Your family,
food is really a passion for all of us. So I guess we were also lucky for having like the opportunities to bring in some good brands
Right.
and work with like very good people.
So your first brand.
Our very first venture in the F&B at my family. So we brought in Hokkaido Ramen Santuka.
Brand we're all very familiar with.
12 years ago.
Wow.
We were just coming back
So
from
2013.
Vancouver. Yeah, 2013. So a few years back, so my whole family migrated. It was our favorite ramen restaurant in Vancouver. So when we all moved back, that time there were like no ramen franchises.
I don't remember any.
Yeah, there was 0. So we decided to bring that in, and then I guess like they enjoyed working with us and started introducing like more brands, more people, and then from there, so it's really a passion. So if we were not gonna bring in something we don't personally love,
Right.
so
You have to have the passion behind it.
and like we really enjoy the food. So
Right.
it can't just be it's an interesting concept. So we have to go try it out.
It has to be authentic.
It has to be like it should be a place that we would personally dine in
in
repeatedly. Yeah.
Yeah. So that obviously that love for food and travel and trying different things is something that's very family oriented, and even in the restaurants themselves, the different concepts that you've had, it's also a family affair.
Yes.
Right? Like the interiors, the architecture.
Yeah. So every Prologue branch, and actually even like our other brands, so Dough and Grocer, Bijan Abe, Siam Thai. So my dad does the interiors because he's an architect by like profession, or not by practice, but by profession. Yeah.
And you're all foodies by nature.
Yeah. And we love
So
to
you
eat.
have architecture, you have, and then your mom is also quite involved as well.
Yeah, more on
right?
Dough and Grocer. Yeah.
So
Family.
Yeah, it is.
And then
Well,
so actually like even my relatives, so my one of my aunts handling Santuka, then my other aunt's handling Katsusora, which is another brand that we have. So it's really
okay,
family
let's go through the brands because maybe some people also don't know the big umbrella that you have for all these different restaurants. You said you started with Ramen Santuka.
Yeah.
And then there
we opened Katsusora
Yeah.
after, and then I think we had Siam Thai, which is now we have 2 branches for that.
and they just opened a branch here in Estancia as well. Nino and I have dined in. It's delicious.
Thank you.
I love Thai food, so yeah. So the Siam Thai.
We had Bijan Nabe, which
Yes.
is a collagen hot pot.
I think that's the first time I met you and your mom.
2016, I
Yeah.
think we just opened. So I was still working in banking then. So
Okay.
I was like juggling both. So it's like a day job, a
One
night
foot
job.
in one world, and one foot in the other.
Yeah.
So when did you decide to make the leap and just be like, okay, I want to focus on the family
Pandemic.
restaurants?
So when pandemic happened, the restaurants closed, and then so we had to find a way like to still continue operations. So that's when we started like offering home cooked, like ready to heat.
Yes, I
frozen
remember that.
dishes from Prologue.
Yeah.
Really push the bakery, push the coffee. At the same time, so for Dough and Grocer, actually it was supposed to be a physical store. So we've had the board up for Estancia since 2018, 19, so
Yeah.
before pandemic.
Yeah.
And then, but nobody expected pandemic to happen. So when it did, we weren't able to construct, but we brought in like meats and so on, and they're here. So we
Right.
had to find a way to sell them. That's why we started the online store.
That's right, for the Dough and
Yeah,
Grocer. But that made so much sense for people who like imported luxury items. Like I don't know how you would, maybe you should tell us how, because I would call it a luxury deli. Like
Yeah.
you go in and you can find things from France, from Italy, from Japan, and even some of the sushi is flown in, the sashimi, the fish, right, is flown in, the oysters are flown in. But all of these specialty items, the salt from France, the Maldon salt, and more, the Angelina cocoa from Paris, right? So these are all the things that you could not travel to. And during the pandemic, like that was unheard of. You weren't traveling anymore. So you could do that. Okay, before we dig in, because I want to show you guys what's on the table, go ahead and follow prologue.ph on Instagram and prologue.ph on Facebook. Of course, there's an opportunity for you guys to come and dine in Estancia. There's going to be 5 gift certificates that you can come in, dine in, claim, worth 2,000 pesos each, 3 on the Instagram page, and then 2 on the Rappler Communities app. So go ahead and make sure you download the Rappler Communities app and join the food and travel chats. I am there. I want to hear from you. Tag me. Tell me your stories. I love the stories. We'll get into stories about some of the dishes, but let's show some of the dishes. Maybe we can show like this side and then we can dig in, because I'm gonna try something I've never tried before on cam. Yes, Nino will be so proud of me.
Is it the try?
Yes. I'm gonna do it with you. You'll hold my hand for it.
Yes, it's one of my favorites.
You'll
I
hold my
picked that.
hand for it. You picked that one. Okay.
I
So
picked
let's
that one.
start with the soup, and then you can tell everybody if there's a story behind the soup or what you love about this dish.
Actually, like what we're serving you
We'll start here and then go that way.
So just in general, these have been like some of our best sellers. So it's been on the original menu from
Okay.
2019.
So this is what everybody loves when they come.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll start with
So
the
we
soup.
have roasted pumpkin soup.
Okay, I'm just going to show them a little. I don't want to turn it too much. So we'll have the roasted pumpkin, and it looks like there's a foam.
Yeah, there's some like curry flavor as well. Yeah, so it's something different, not the
Okay.
typical pumpkin soup.
Everybody
Then-
loves a good bowl of soup.
Yeah.
We could do these first three first.
Yeah, so this is the farmer salad.
Okay. That looks like it has apples
Healthy.
and okra.
Yeah.
Super. Is this one of your faves? Do you go for the salad?
My favorite's the Caesar.
Okay. But we're showing this because it is one of the most
One
popular.
of the most popular, yeah.
Okay.
And then we have the fried tripe. That's my favorite.
Okay.
I would
so
never dine here without ordering that as an appetizer.
Really?
And so for everybody,
Forever?
yes,
Like
and
forever
everybody
and
I
ever.
introduced that to ended up loving it. So I hope
I'm gonna be a convert. So guys, I have to tell you stories. Like the Italian side makes tripe in my family, the Filipino side makes tripe in the family as well. But I've never actually eaten it.
I think this is a good way to start, especially with aioli.
yes.
Yes.
So I think that I can because it's
Crispy.
coated.
Yeah.
It's coated in batter.
Yeah.
It's crunchy.
Yeah.
I think I can do it. I have issues with texture. I'm
no,
not
that's
sure why.
not too, like-
I'm gonna try and
yes.
pick a small one. Are you gonna have one with
Yeah.
me? We can dip.
Let's dip it.
And then, so guys, I'm going for
I got a
it.
big
Nino
one.
is so proud. Cheers.
Cheers.
Nino is so proud right
Do you
now.
like tripe?
Nino loves tripe. Like when we go in for kare kare, he'll go in for the tripe.
Are you ready?
Okay, I'm ready. I'm so
Nice, right?
it's really good.
So even like the spices. So
So you can't double dip, but you can flip and dip, right?
yeah, or eat it on its own.
Or eat it. I'm gonna dip just a little bit more. No double dipping, guys, especially after the pandemic. Yum. I never thought I'd say yum.
I'm so happy.
Pat me on the back. That's a good one.
Bestseller.
I did it.
Personal
Mom,
favorite.
I did it.
We have some audience cheering in the background.
They're like, yes, Michelle, you got over your fear. Of course, you know, these are the things that hosting a show where we eat so much food, I have to be able to try some of these
Yeah.
things. So I'm so glad I got to do that with you.
I know, and I made a good choice then.
You
Just
did.
kidding.
You did. It's
That wasn't
fantastic.
originally in the menu that was supposed to be served. I'm like, no, that's my favorite. I never come here without ordering that.
So it has to be here
Yes.
so that we can show everybody. So you guys will definitely enjoy the fried tripe. It's like little tripe French fries.
Yeah.
They're so good. Okay, so we talked about how Prologue has grown from that first location where you went live. You were live in the restaurant. I was in my
Yeah, I
kitchen.
remember.
We were talking about the different dishes. I was showing things on cam. Remember you made a frittata with the Spanish tomatoes?
Yes, I do. Oh, yeah.
Right? We had cherry tomatoes from Spain.
Yeah.
I made a frittata on cam. I realized very quickly that I'm not meant to cook on cam.
I remember,
I can cook ahead. And Nino and I started recording the dishes that I would cook so that it would be easier because the stress of having to do it live on cam was crazy. I don't know how the chefs do it. But how much we've grown, Kitchen 143 has grown, and how much Prologue has grown. So now you're here. This is the latest opening, the eighth.
Yeah.
Right? Tell us about some of the other locations in the doors where people can find you as well.
So we have like the original Prologue concept, which is like the comfort food neighborhood kitchen. So we have Tomas Morato, our first brand.
That was the first one where she went live from.
And then
one of our
Green
first
Hills,
episodes.
Green Hills, Rockwell in Aruga, Moa, and here in Estancia. Then aside from that like Prologue neighborhood kitchen, we have Prologue Define, which is like a more elevated, like it's like a fine casual. So it's a very different interior. So you actually feel like you're in a like different kind of restaurant.
Right.
So that's in Mitsukoshi. So
Okay.
we serve like more French Italian dishes with a lot of Japanese ingredients as well because
it's in Mitsukoshi.
That's why.
It's in Mitsukoshi.
So we need like Japanese ingredients with like a lot more premium ingredients. So the focus is really on like fresh, good quality ingredients.
Yes, and we've dined in there as well. Nino and I walk over. You may not hear from us as much, but we've been dining in all of your concepts quite loyally. So, okay, so and then mitsukoshi.
Yeah, then we have creperie.
Yes.
So we serve like crepes, galettes, sandwiches. So we have a branch in Corner House in San Juan and a kiosk in Mitsukoshi as well in the basement.
Right.
So yeah, 8.
Nino likes going there as well. So 8 locations. Do we have any locations in the works right now?
Not yet for Prologue, but
Okay.
for other brands we do.
Okay, let's get into that after we show some of the other food that's on the table. Guys, go ahead and make sure you follow prologue.ph on Instagram, prologue.ph on Facebook. Of course, go ahead and download the Rappler Communities app and join the food and travel chat. So should we show the pizza?
Yes. No,
pizza
but,
looks. We'll start with the
yeah.
gambas. Okay,
So,
gambas on this side.
Yeah, bestseller ever since. So we have gambas, then we have the mules, which is some mussels, and pizza. So this is the prosciutto rucola pizza.
They all look delicious. I want a little bit of each,
Yeah.
and while I taste them, so I'm gonna help myself to some
go ahead.
mussels.
With fries.
And you have to have mules and free,
Yeah.
right? So I'll use this and just grab a few more. Could you also serve me one of the little shrimps, one of the little gambas?
I will.
And I hope you'll eat with me too, because
I will.
everything looks so good.
Let's
Of
get some
course,
bread.
the bread is there because you dip in that olive oil with
I know.
the garlic. This is perfect. You can use your hands.
After
Thank you.
pandemic, we have to be safe.
There. Just like no double
Okay.
dipping.
I think this is actually for the salad, but
Okay. I used it for the mole. Sorry.
it's okay.
Okay.
That's like a mouse.
We've opened 7 new branches. Dough and Grocer has also grown.
Yeah,
Because
I remember. Yes,
Yeah.
I mean, one was 2021, right?
Yes, so you were
when we-
just opening Dough and Grocer.
Yeah,
It was
so-
still online, right? And you had this vision for what it was going to be. Where is that brand now? And while you're telling us where that brand is, I'm going to take a bite of my
Yes.
food.
So right now so that time we met, we had a place constructed, but it wasn't open to the public yet. So that's
Mm-hmm. Right.
right in front of Prologue.
It was
Actually,
pandemic.
Marato. Then we opened our first real retail store here in Estancia, actually right next door as well.
Right next door here. So when you guys want to come in, what wing is this?
I think
South wing. It's right at
right
the
front
entry.
of, right across Unimart.
Yes, so you guys know where to go. It's right at the door, right at the entrance. It's very easy to get to on the ground floor. And Dough and
Yeah.
Grocer's right next door.
So we've actually moved all our bakery operations to Dough and Grocer. So all the breads for Prologue are also being baked there. So we have like freshly baked bread every day. We have a bread display, and then we also have like a sushi area.
Which I frequent as well because our studio is upstairs. So I always come down and get the sushi.
And then, then we opened a store in Alabang in Westgate. So, so actually just like Prologue, so every Dough and Grocer concept has like a slightly different concept to it as well. So this one is like a bakery, sushi, and then the one in Alabang, we serve like all-day breakfast and coffee, aside from like the grocery area. Because I guess like we realized
so you can eat in
you can
Dough
dine
and
in. Yeah, so there's
Grocer.
actually like cooked food. Yeah, so like pasta, some like brunch dishes.
I didn't know that. So all of those Alabangers, ladies, those mothers who were also waiting to pick up their kids from lunch, you could have all day breakfast at Dough and Grocer.
So, because we realized, like, after the pandemic, when people started going out, like, a lot of the places really shifted towards offering dining. So it can't just be, like, purely retail. So people were looking for, like, a space to get together, sit down, catch up. So that's why we started offering, going towards that direction.
And it's right in Westgate.
Yeah, in Westgate.
So very easy for all the villages that are
Yeah.
nearby to frequent. Oh, so I didn't know. So that Dough and Grocer has the opportunity to dine in.
Yes.
This Dough and Grocer also has a little sandwiches.
small,
You could dine in as well.
Sushi, breads, of course.
Right.
Yeah.
And the breads, guys, I don't know if you remember, if you want to go all the way back to episode 3, I think it was episode 3, you can see how they use French butter, esheri.
Yeah, sure. To bake the bread.
Sure.
Yeah, you remember that we were filming. Yeah.
We filmed how to make those croissants that you guys love for all of that delicious French butter. I mean, those croissants are killer. They're delicious. Yeah.
We still use the same sherry butter on our croissants.
So nothing has changed. You have this roasted coffee, this delicious, and the roasted coffee, what I remember is you would source beans from different...
Yeah, different, and then blend it ourselves.
Yeah. And then you also still had some single origin if you wanted.
We
but
still
you
do.
would also have the blends that we all love.
Yes.
And I always knew I like a dark roast too.
Yeah, so we have a dark, we have a dark roast, we have a light roast.
Yeah. Do you like
Same.
dark or light?
I usually like lighter roast.
You like light. I like the dark roast. Okay, did we show the pizza already too?
Yes,
We did? Okay, so I think I'll just show it again because it's so delicious. And it looks, right before the camera came on, guys, chef came over and drizzled some really delicious olive oil right on top. I want to tell you about the gambas that I had, cooked perfectly with olive oil also, and some toasted garlic, which is just, I think there's shallots in there, toasted shallots as well.
Yeah, thanks.
Feel like so good. Perfect for having appetizers and cocktails. Cocktails. So I want to cheers. You can finish chewing first before you go ahead and drink. But I'm just, congratulations. Like, I'm so happy that this concept that you've come up with that feels so family. Like, it feels like you and your family have put together something really fun, delicious for everyone to enjoy, right? So cheers.
Cheers.
Congratulations again.
I love
This is lovely for this yuzu gin.
Yeah, refreshing and like...
Yes, it is. I'm gonna put that on the side too so I can continue drinking. So they're clearing away now. While they're clearing away, we're just gonna tell you to go ahead again and follow prologue.ph on Instagram and prologue.ph on Facebook. Give everyone a follow, share the graphic on stories, tell us what your favorite dish is here. Do you like the tripe? Because I do. Because I do. Gosh, my mom will be so proud of me.
Finally,
Yeah,
after...
really, after I just needed to come to Prologue to eat it because even before, hi mom. So, oh, this looks great. I'm gonna just favor the camera a little bit. So, these look delicious.
There.
We have more coming out. Okay,
So
let's get a
in
steak
honor
in
of our
front.
very first meeting, we're serving steak today.
Look at that!
This is my favorite.
This one, I'm gonna favor the camera here. So, do we want to talk about the very first episode?
Yeah, that was Father's Day, right? I remember now. Yeah.
We'll
and
just
then-
pick it up a little so they can see it. So they can. Wow! Look at that. So tell us about steak and this particular steak.
So this is the U.S. Angus ribeye. So and then we have peppercorn mushroom sauce here.
Okay. Served with mash, of course we love. Now, again, if you guys want to go all the way back to the first episode, we actually worked with your chef at that time, and then and we learned. I actually studied
different kinds
of the different kinds
like
of
the
steak,
wagyu, and
right?
I remember.
We taught everybody what's the difference between wagyu and USDA, and what are the different types of wagyu.
Cuts as well,
And that's where I learned also that there was this one particular wagyu. This is a little tidbit for you, where the cattle they're only fed olives.
Oh yeah, olive wagyu.
That was from one particular prefecture, right? And I was so shocked because I never even knew that. So I don't know if you guys, tell us, do you prefer USDA? Do you prefer wagyu? Or
there's also something in between. So there's some of the they're called F1 breeds. So it's half Angus, half wagyu.
Yes, I've tried some.
Yeah, so I actually really like those because you get the best of both worlds. You have the tenderness, and then you have the beef, but not overly beefy.
Yes.
I
think that's the perfect balance.
Me
now,
too. So
actually.
I like that too.
I like that, and I think it's great. Do you serve that here also, or not yet?
But we have some at the one Grocer.
Okay,
so
you can buy it at
So we
Grocer.
also bring in Japanese F1. So it's half something, half one.
Yes. So it's half, but I have tried it, and it does take exactly the balance of, the soft and tender Wagyu with the meatiness and the beefiness of USDA. It's a perfect balance, and I love that everything on this table actually is very well balanced also. So if you guys want to follow Prologue, go ahead and do that at prologue.ph on Instagram and Facebook. You can see what they have coming on, what they're launching. I know that we talked about menus. And we said how, you were sharing earlier how each of the Prologues, when they opened, had just a little bit, same types of food, but maybe just slightly different menu or slightly different plating that catered to all of the different neighborhoods that this neighborhood kitchen finds its home in. Tell us about how, before we dig into the mains, about how you've kind of tweaked things or maybe shifted different focuses on the menu for each location.
So I think like comparing all the different branches, I'd say the overlap would only be around 50% in terms of so of course we'd keep our best sellers because we've had experiences where people come in and oh, do you have this? Because it's their favorite and we don't have it.
And they're like, where is it?
So, but we also try to adapt to where we're located. So for example, we have a branch in Rockwell, but it's located in Aruga, and we also serve their breakfast. So
for the hotel.
Breakfast. So the guests are more international. So we offer a lot more international dishes there. So actually, among all the branches, I'd say that has the most varied in terms of breakfast choices. Let's say so we have arroz caldo, we have
very Pinoy,
pad thai, and then on the mains. So we also have a chicken tandoori. Well, our own interpretation, and so it's more like fish and chips.
Right.
So it's more international because of the market there.
Makes so much sense because it's attached to a hotel.
Yeah.
Right.
And then, and I guess it's more classic international flavors because I guess that's what people look for, what people are expecting. And then Tomas Morato would be more residential, but still groups. So it's really family friendly restaurant. So we try to adapt to every different branch. And
so you have more families coming into Tomas Morato.
And so it's mostly people who live around the area.
Right.
And then we also have a very wide menu there because people keep coming back so that there's actually enough dishes for you to try without
always
repeating. Yeah. So
wait, I have a question related to that though. I'm the type of person that when I go into a restaurant and then I have my favorites,
and you just
I usually just order the favorites, and if I'll be like, oh Nino, you try that one. So he'll try something new, but I stick with my favorite so I could try it. Are you more a creature of habit, or do you like to try it?
I always order the same thing, but that's why I like bringing
other people.
Because, for each branch, I have my own favorites. Because, let's say, Tomas Morato, this is what I would always order. In Green Hills, I'd order something else because it's only available in Green Hills.
Green Hills. So those are just those
in Rockwell, there's something, my favorite's a corned beef bowl, which is only available in Rockwell. Well, now Moa, but just in Rockwell. So if I want to eat that, I have to go to Rockwell.
To that one.
Yeah, but
so then you schedule your meetings there.
Sometimes. But I like bringing friends so that I could I have 3 favorites and I want to order all of them. So
then you can share the calories. Okay, we have new drinks on the table. This looks like sangria.
I don't know what this one is. They told me they were serving me what is this? Amaretto sour.
Do you want the sangria?
No, it's okay.
Yeah. we're gonna be a little tipsy after this one. Cheers.
Cheers.
So we have an amaretto sour and red sangria. Delish. I feel like I see the orange juice on the bottom there. I want to give it a little stir. Let's talk about the food that we have on the table, the mains, because you can get it all here at Prologue. You can have your apps, your salads, your soups, and very meaty mains and even vegetarian options, right?
Yeah.
We have the salads and the other things, and then also
Seafood,
fish.
yeah.
And this
Perfect
particular
for-
seafood is very special too.
Yeah.
So do you want to go? We showed the steak already. Should we go this way, or should we start with the Iberico?
Yeah, we
pork
can
chop?
start here.
Start with the
Save
pork chop.
the best for last.
Okay.
So we have the Iberico pork chop here. So yeah, we bring in the Iberico pork as well. And then-
Yes, I remember that as well.
Yeah.
And that's sold in
We-
Dough and
yeah, yeah.
Grocer.
Yeah, I remember.
Right? You even
Yeah.
have a tomahawk
Yeah,
of that.
we have the tomahawk, yes.
Fantastic. And it looks like it's served with a ratatouille,
Ratatouille, yes.
and some
greens.
pesto and some greens.
And then we have the amatriciana pasta, my favorite as
This
well.
is your favorite, so you guys know amatriciana.
And then we have a homemade Iberico bacon on it.
Okay.
Smoke and cure it ourselves.
Is it a little spicy? Not
No,
so.
no, it's
not so.
not, yeah.
Okay. And then we have this. Looks like it's
Smoked salmon cream pasta.
something
so-
I'm gonna love. I'm gonna have a bite of this.
So we also
I'm ready for this.
make our own smoked salmon.
Yes, you do. Of course you do.
We had it in the breast, right?
Of course you make it. Oh, that was the other thing, guys. I don't know if you remember. So I don't know how we're gonna serve the pasta. Maybe we can
I'll
just
get
use
you
a
some.
little bit of that. So part of what we got to have fun together in the kitchen. Is you had
Was that
all
our
these.
first one in person? I think
I think it
so,
was. I think it was because we had all the sourdough that was
Yeah.
freshly baked in the bakery, right? And then in the commissary, and then from
and Grocer.
the sourdough we had Spanish tomatoes. Oh my goodness. The desserts came out. We're not ready for it.
We're not ready, but-
We'll tell you about that later, just a second. And then we had, thank you for serving me. And then we had tomatoes and avocados and all of the delicious things, a whole feast of like bread toppings that made my heart sing, actually. And I had my daughter that time with me.
Yeah, I
Gia was
remember.
with us.
Yeah.
So she was
Wow.
kind of helping
Was
us
that our-
style.
I think that was our first in-person shoot.
I think it was
Yeah.
too. And it was just so exciting because it was also the first time that we could play with our food.
Yeah.
And I realized how much
Were
I
we
was
still in
going to
face
love.
shields? I think so.
I think we were.
Yeah, I think
We just took them off sometimes for the photos. Because we also didn't want to be wearing face shields in the photos for the very first time. No? I'm going to look for that picture and post it.
I have that photo.
Can you share it
like
with
sometimes it pops up on my like
On
Instagram memories. Actually, like, you know what? Like I just want to search it up because
So while she's searching,
that was in 2021.
2021, and we had to shoot
July.
probably around May. Well, we launched our first episode in June, right? So for Father's Day,
Oh yeah.
right? So we played it the Sunday before, or maybe even the Sunday of Father's Day. I can't remember.
Remember, but I remember it was Father's.
But it was so much fun, and I realized how much I was going to love my job because I got to play with my food. And I was playing with my food, and then we got to eat it afterwards, and it was so good and so fun, and we also got to share. So you guys know, ever since we've always thought
T20.
that sharing is caring. Hashtag sharing is caring. So go ahead and share the live stream. We want to hear from you. Tell us where you're signing in from. Tell us what your favorite dish at Prologue is. Tell us if you like the tripe fries, because I'm sold. Now I'm sold. Okay. We have other dishes. I want
let's
to
loading.
share. This one looks like adlai.
Adlai moringa risotto. But it has some clams, so not like completely vegetarian, but pescatarian.
Okay. So
And then-
pescatarian, and it looks like
Oh no,
there's
there's bacon. I
mushrooms.
think. Oh no, there's no bacon.
Yeah, that looks like mushrooms, pinoli
clams.
nuts,
Yeah,
so the
pine
pine nuts,
moringa,
crispy
so malunggay.
basil. I'm gonna try a bite of that.
Yeah, I actually really like this one too.
I love the pasta. I want to tell you the salmon was delicious. The noodles are al dente. It's fettuccine. I loved it. I'm just
Homemade.
gonna try that. So the fettuccine is homemade. So are all the noodles homemade?
All the pastas here is homemade. So this one, the spaghetti is homemade as well.
Wow, even the spaghetti.
Was it
You
this
found
one?
it. Oh my gosh, you
Oh, we are
found
in
it.
masks.
We're in masks and we have the 1/4.
Oh yeah.
So that's so. I love it. You found
That's
it
cute.
like
Yeah, I
so
know, wow.
quickly. Look at that, guys. I feel like this is so. We'll show it one more time. I think he's gonna
that's
zoom
your
in. This one is
IG
mine.
page.
Okay.
Yeah, but
So
I
we'll-
reposted it, so
So fun. I don't know if you guys can see
I
it.
don't know if you can see it, but we were
Yeah.
in masks.
We were in masks,
Obeying
playing with
all
the.
the
We did. We had to obey all the
Protocols,
rules.
yeah.
We had to obey.
I think we
all the
never took
protocols.
out our masks.
Only
except
to eat.
yeah.
Only to eat.
Yeah.
And so that was our photo. Guys, look how
This
far
was
we've
in
come.
July 2021. Wow.
Do you
Yeah.
feel so grown up? I feel
Oh wait,
grown
I could
up.
actually open your original post.
Oh, there it is. How cool is that?
So July 9, 2021.
Oh, and there's
that was
the
the steak.
steak.
Yeah.
You guys can't see off cam, but Nina was showing us the first picture of the steak that
So
we
you
took.
like look at all that. Like I think your
Oh,
daughter
so
helped us
fun.
style it.
She did. She's good at that. She still is good at that.
So you're like, oh, that was so nice.
She actually makes a joke. So Gia makes a joke and says that she's Momma and Manila.
Mama and Manila.
Yeah, she is, but she is. She
Yeah.
helps me do
Wow.
everything. I love having a daughter. I
Wow.
do. So I'm going to try the risotto,
Yes.
and while I try the risotto, let's show the next two dishes. I think we have.
We have this
a rice
bestseller. So this is our beef rendang. So that's been there since the very beginning. And then, of course, here we have a jade perch. It's an oven roasted jade perch. So jade perch
This
is
looks
actually
amazing.
originally a fish from Australia. So it has actually some of the highest omega-3 contents.
Oh, wow.
And I think probably like we'll be the only ones in Manila
Who
like,
can
our
serve
restaurants.
this.
Yeah. So like we have it in our Thai restaurant. We have it at Grocer. We have it here because we grow the fish ourselves. So
That's why, and it's and not maybe not a lot of people know about jade
but
perch,
it's
right?
actually a very like everybody's tried it, so they really like it because it has a very different texture. So it could still be like flaky, firm without being like too tough, and it's also not like mushy. So
Right.
it's yeah.
Right. Nobody
So-
likes mushy fish. Mushy anything.
And then it has a very small head and all the fats like on its nape.
So
Instead of the belly.
instead of
Yeah,
going
so
for the
that's my
belly, you
favorite
can go
part,
for
yeah.
the nape.
So
Is
you
that
can-
what you like?
Yes.
Are you going to teach me how to eat that later? Maybe
Yes.
off cam.
Yeah. So I like eating the fat out of it.
Maybe off cam we can show that. Now, something I don't remember, and maybe this is a new facet of Prologue, but I don't remember the desserts.
So actually,
Like this.
these desserts, we've had them at Epilogue.
That's why.
And then at Prologue, we had the cakes. So we had like the matcha torte, we had the dulce cheesecake. But these were, at least the three, were originally from Epilogue. The two are new. Yeah. So we have Plaisir Sucre, this one, the opera.
Yes.
It's a passion mango. What do you call this? Passion.
It's good.
It's a passion mango. Passion mango.
Cheesecake.
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 Oh, okay.
Passion mango
I just knew it was
cheesecake.
passion because it's the most like dominant flavor. So every
And
time I eat
everything.
it, it's like passion fruit.
Yes. So it's tart and tangy.
Yeah.
And sweet.
Yeah. And then this is our Valentine's special.
Oh, cute.
It has like raspberry praline.
It looks like a xiaolong bao.
It does actually.
So that's raspberry.
Yeah. And now it's red because it was served in Valentine's.
Valentine's.
Yeah. And then we have a blueberry delight.
Oh, they all look so good. I want to take a bite out of all.
Yes.
So these desserts are available
Yeah.
in this branch.
Actually, it's available in Rockwell and Tomas Morato.
Okay.
Actually, most of the branches.
Most of the
yeah.
branches have these desserts as well. So for those of you guys that don't know, Epilogue was one of the other concepts that the Uy family had before in S. Maison. And it was a great concept. Only, the pandemic was crazy
Yeah.
for everyone. What would you say? Like, I mean, the pandemic taught us so many
Yeah.
different lessons. if you were going to talk about the F&B industry and the restaurant, because we learned a lot of lessons during the pandemic, right, guys? We learned what was important. We learned, how to tell our family that we appreciated them more. We learned how to slow down. We obviously were all forced to slow down. What would you say in this industry, because obviously Prologue continued and you opened up Dough and Grocer, which was the new concept. What was probably the biggest learning lesson that came out of it?
I think I'd say the biggest learning lesson is that we should all like help one another because we're all in this together. So I felt like everybody in the industry like found each other as friends. So we talk about like how we're struggling, what we can do, and everybody was so willing to help one another. So nobody saw each other as like competition in the industry, but it's really how do we make the industry recover.
Right.
I think that's very important. So in other businesses, sometimes like you'd see like your competitor as like a competitor.
Right.
But I feel like at least for the food industry, we're all friends. So sometimes like I'm friends with a lot of people in the industry and they're like, oh, aren't you competitors? And no, we're actually friends. Like we all like help each other, support one another. So I think that's the time when everybody supported one another.
I agree. I think that coming together was something that just happened naturally. I think we were all so thrown so far out of what we knew to be good and real and right. And then all of a sudden we were in lockdown and everybody was just trying to get through the different days. So I agree, collaboration over competition and, even in being able to start Kitchen 143. Kitchen 143 was a pandemic baby, right? And thank you for giving us that first chance to feature.
Thank you also for having us.
Right?
Yeah.
So, the three different, we went from steak to coffee and we learned about coffee too. We learned a lot about coffee with Jigs, Mayuga.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Yes.
That was fun.
Yeah,
I feel like I'm going down memory lane, guys. This is so fun. But we've rounded out the menu. I'm sure there are other things that they will just have to come in and try.
Yeah.
Right?
A lot more.
A lot more. I mean, there's so many more.
It.
I feel like it is. It's, the menu is vast. And I have not tried one thing that I didn't like. There was always, there's always something new to try. Question, do you still have polenta fries? Oh no, it didn't make the cut.
Unfortunately, it didn't make the cut. It's also my favorite. I also like, it's still in Tomas Morato.
Oh, so it's there, so I have to go all the way. Are you going to get rid of it soon? Don't get rid of it. Let me come in one more time and have it first.
Still have it there.
I will come and have polenta fries at least one more time.
I also really like that. I don't know why people don't like it.
I think polenta is an acquired
taste.
Yeah, I don't think a lot of, polenta's different. But I love it.
I love that too.
I love it.
So I'd always order the tripe and the polenta.
Now I will. Cheers to tripe and polenta. But I'm now a convert.
Nice.
And I know where to have it. We can have it here in Prologue. Okay, at the end of every show, we kind of wrap up. And we do really quick questions so that the guests can get to know you a little bit more. We've evolved because we didn't do this in the beginning.
Yeah.
These were just like things that we figured, this would be fun so that everybody would get to know the guests a little bit more beyond the food. We did learn about how your family and the stories behind each of the dishes, like where you find the inspiration and traveling, and you come from a family of foodies who obviously have really good taste and know how to provide opportunities for families and friends to come together to enjoy good food. So guys, go ahead and follow them, prologue.ph on Instagram and Facebook, and make sure you download the Rappler Communities app, join the food and travel chat with us there, and then of course share the graphics so that you can be one of 5 winners, 3 on Instagram, 2 on the Rappler Communities app, and chat us up. Are you ready for the quick questions?
Yes.
Yes? Okay. Who shaped your relationship with food?
Family.
So easy, I knew that one. Favorite food as a kid?
Sweet and sour pork.
That's still one of my favorite foods.
Yeah, that's still one of my favorites.
I love that. Favorite cuisine as an adult?
Japanese.
I knew that one too. What is your favorite dish to prepare?
I haven't cooked in a while. Pasta.
Pasta. Super easy to throw together, yummy, comfort, very, it's perfect. Favorite food guru?
Pass. I don't know.
Pass. No one's ever passed. Favorite hobby when you're not in one of the 8 branches or doing Grocer?
Photography.
I love that. What do you like to shoot more of?
Portraits. People.
Really?
Yeah.
Music in the kitchen, yes or no?
No.
Take out, dine in?
Dine in. 2
foods that go together but don't go together? Should we pass and come back to that one too?
Yeah.
Any kitchen or dining accessory that you collect?
Maybe cookbooks.
I think you collect restaurants because there's so many good concepts. You're on the sofa watching a movie. What's on your snack board?
Wine.
Wine and wine.
Wine and wine.
more wine.
And more wine.
Okay, these are the fast talks. Again, guys, go ahead and follow them, prologue.ph on Instagram and Facebook. Chat with us. We want to hear from you. Tell us your favorite dish here. Ready? Gambas or escargot?
Gambas.
Mushroom soup or onion soup?
Onion soup.
Caesar or Greek salad?
Caesar.
Quattro formaggio or pepperoni?
Quattro formaggi.
Fried chicken or Iberico pork chop?
Oof. Iberico pork chop.
Me too. Steak or lamb?
Both?
You can choose both. Absolutely. Carbonara or amatriciana? Amatriciana.
Both?
Both? Did I say it wrong? I said
Amatriciana.
it wrong. Amatriciana. I said it right.
Yeah. Both.
Both again. Okay. Scallop and shrimp risotto or mushroom risotto?
Mushroom risotto.
Me too. I like that too. Dulce cheesecake or dark chocolate cake?
Dulce cheesecake.
Sinigang or nilaga?
Sinigang.
And this one is the kicker because everybody, like 95%, 90 to 95% of the people say one, and then only 5% says the other. Tapa or tocino?
Tapa. Hands
Tapa
down.
all the way. All right, guys, that wraps up this episode. Come down and visit Prologue here at the Estancia branch. Come and say hello. Come and try the tripe fries. And of course, as always, keep cooking, keep sharing, and keep safe. See you soon.